We are here. This is the Prince George's County House Delegations Law Enforcement Committee. Today, we're going to hear two pieces of legislation, very important pieces of legislation. And I think we actually have Delegate Valderrama on to speak on these critical bills, both of them dealing with Route 210 and the speed monitoring systems. I don't know if Delegate Valderrama would like to speak to these bills. I know that we have committee staff here, but just for the record, for everyone watching, at the end of 2023, if we don't pass legislation, there will be 0 speed cameras on 210. And we know that that cannot happen. One death is too many, and there have been far more than one that have been lost on 210. So if we could have committee staff just speak to the nuances between the two bills. I know PG 303-23 specifically speaks to creating a tiered tiered level of fines and tickets. Okay, it says we're all set, we're all live, wonderful. And I know that Prince George's 304 also just extends that sunset and also would increase the number of speed cameras that are there. Did we miss anything there, Corey?
No, I can go into it a little more if you'd like, but
I don't believe so. Those should be the only two bills on the docket.
Yep, absolutely. If you don't mind going into them just a little bit more detail for the record and
sure.
The new members of the committee. Thank you.
So PG 303 currently, unless a driver of a motor vehicle received a citation from a police officer at the time of the violation, the owner of the vehicle is subject to a civil penalty that may not exceed $40. PG 303-23 would set the fines assessed to the owner of a motor vehicle that is recorded exceeding the maximum posted speed limit on any part of Maryland Route 210 within Prince George's County by a speed monitoring system. And then it would change the fines for exceeding the limit by 12 to 21 miles per hour would be $40. 22 to 31 would be $90. 32 to 41 would be $160. 42 to 51 would be $290. And for exceeding the limit by 52 miles per hour or more, it would be $530. The owner or driver of a motor vehicle that was recorded by a speed monitoring system is also subject to an additional penalty. For the second violation within a 2-year period, $50. Third violation within a 2-year period, $150. Fourth violation within 2 years, $250. Fifth violation within 2 years, $300. And for the 6th and subsequent violations within 2 years, an additional $350.
Thank you. And that is PG 303, correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. If you could go over 304.
Sure. So this bill will increase the maximum number of speed monitoring systems that may be placed on Maryland Route 210 from 3 to 10. It repeals a requirement that the State Highway Administration, in conjunction with Prince George's County Department of Public Works and Transportation, perform an examination and report the relevant factors that may contribute to the overabundance of motor vehicle accidents on Maryland Route 210. And it also repeals a provision of law that would have terminated the authority to place speed monitoring systems on Maryland Route 210 after September 30th, 2023.
Could you go over that last piece there?
Yes. So the law now, as you had mentioned, there'll be no more speed monitoring systems after September 30th, 2023. So this would repeal that provision.
Right. So the end of this year, we need to have something in place, some law in place, and hopefully we can get to the bottom of it within this piece of legislation. Delegate Holmes?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm sorry.
Please.
Where does the funding go? Where's the penalties? Where do they go? Who gets the money? Where's the money go? I know at one point when these speed cameras came up, we in the Environment and Transportation Committee kind of changed the funding or where the fines go directly to re-engineering or redesigning of 210 And I'm not sure if it still goes to that same pot of money. Or so that question is, where's the money go?
I do not know right now. I can look into it right now as we're in the meeting, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, and you're correct. There was another place that this money was going for some time. Thank you for lifting that up, Delegate. I appreciate it. And just for the record, for everyone, you know, it really is important that you have continuity on these committees. Delegate Holmes has been steering us in the right direction for years, and really appreciate it. Delegate Alston has joined us now as well. We appreciate you being here today. I see currently Delegate Washington, soon to be Senator Washington, will be joining us shortly. Delegate Valderrama is here as well. We appreciate the attendance. And again, for committee staff, if you could get back to us about where those funds are going, I think it would be very important for the entire committee. Specifically, do we have any other questions on these two pieces of legislation? We do not yet have a quorum, so there's nothing that we can do regarding voting, so on and so forth. But it is critical legislation that we're dealing with here, and I think we all know that something has to be done. There have been just too many people who have passed away on 210, and really across the county generally. On this quest for zero pedestrian deaths, we're still in the thick of it. So I just want to see if there's someone that is here to testify as well. I see Ron is here. If someone wants to speak to these bills, I'll give you a brief moment. I'll give you 1 minute, sir. We don't usually let individuals testify in these committee meetings.
Delegate Ivy, thank you so much, and committee members. I appreciate this opportunity to testify in favor of both of those bills. I just wanted to mention that people generally improve their behavior when they're being observed, just like we do right now when we're on camera. And the data that we have so far from the speed cameras shows that, in fact, drivers do slow down and avoid citations now, knowing that their cameras are in operation. So the good news is the cameras are effective, but there are a small number of people compared to the 80,000 drivers a day on 210 that are driving recklessly and endangering everybody else on the road. You know, we've had people going 168 miles an hour on 210 last year. And you know, there's many hundreds of people who are exceeding the speed limit by outrageous amounts. So the problem is that the fines, a $40 fine doesn't get their attention, doesn't change their behavior. And there are long stretches of 210 that don't have cameras. So we need the 10 cameras, and we need increased fines for these outrageous speeds that people are doing on 210. And I really think that will change their behavior. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well for being here. Again, it's not a new issue. It's not an issue that's unique to our county or even to 210. I want to give a couple of my colleagues another moment. Oh, Delegate Alonzo Washington is here. It is a pleasure to be able to call him a delegate for now. An individual who I believe has chaired this subcommittee and has led our delegation in so many different ways over his years here. Delegate Washington, can you just say hello this morning so we can possibly take action?
Good morning. I am present.
Thank you, Delegate Washington. Is there a motion on the table for either of these bills?
Mr. Chair, I move favorable on PG 303-23-1.
Is there a second? I second the motion, by
Second.
the way. Wonderful. Do we have to take the roll or can we do a voice vote?
We can do a roll call if you'd like. Yeah. There's only 4.
Sure.
So if we're gonna do a voice, we can do that too, I guess. It's your
All right,
call.
let's take a voice vote. All
Okay.
right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, wonderful. All opposed? Wonderful. The ayes have it. Prince George's 303 has passed favorable out of the committee here. Up next, we have PG 304. Is there a motion on the table here?
Mr. Chair, I move favorable on PG 304-23.
Thank you,
Second.
Delegate Holmes. There's been a proper motion and a second. We will do another voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Wonderful. The ayes have it. Again, thank you so much for your work here this morning. To Delegate Valderrama, who's been championing this for years. This is critical legislation that is necessary, and I'm certain that we'll be working on hashing out some of the details and the greater committee and also in Environment and Transportation, where we have some rock stars there already. So we're going to, I believe that is all that we have on the agenda today. So I'm going to make a motion that we adjourn, and we will be sending out an agenda for the next meeting, so on and so forth. Thank you so much for joining us today.
If staff could stay back, I have a question, not for this
Oh,
committee.
Delegate, hold on. Just
Yep.
give me 1 second. Let's